Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another drop. So today, just a little update. The EP is pretty much done. I have one more song that's ready to record. I'm gonna have about like 7 tracks on it. I think I might take one of them off, just because it's a different type of song. I feel like maybe it just doesn't fit for this. I'm actually working on the next project where I've more sort of because a lot of these for the EP are songs that I've already made previous, and I actually feel like with the production of Speak Easy, I sort of developed my style a whole lot more, and so it's helped me to write better and produce better. And so like a lot of the songs after Speak Easy have been just so much better and very different. So I'm gonna keep like that together because I feel like that just makes more sense. But the EP coming, I think I'm gonna call it Colors EP, just, you know, yeah, I don't know, whatever. So yeah, definitely look forward to that. But anyway, so I was having this conversation last night, actually with like my whole family, and it was a really good conversation. So I just wanted to talk about it. It was kind of dealing with how do you know, like, moral wise, how do you know that your morals are correct, and how do you know if your choices are good choices or correct choices. And then the second part of it is, okay, where does that come from? So just starting off first, I'm gonna just go with how the conversation went. How do you know that your choices are the correct choices? Sort of concluded, like, one, you have to know, you know, what is your life? What is the focus of your life? And the reason why you need to know that is because all of your decisions, like, that's the perfect pivot point. Okay, all the decisions. Here's how you make it binary code. Is this decision I'm making, is it serving my purpose at this moment, like the focus of my life right now, or is it not serving? Is it distracting me, or is it taking me forward? So look, if you don't have a focus around your life, if you're not working to improve on something, then you're just wandering. You're just here. You know, it's kind of stale. Like, what? You know what I mean? So I mean, I don't think it's necessarily like morally actually, I don't know if I agree with that. I do think, because oftentimes whenever people don't have a purpose, they get like anxious or depressed or sad or whatever. And I feel like listening to your feelings is sort of the root of. One second. Excuse me. Oh, double excuse me. Okay. So listening to that inner voice is sort of how you know if something is like the correct choice or not. But so how do you know? So one, you should always have sort of a focus of your life in that moment, and then that will be that pivot decision point for, okay, is this choice a good choice or a bad choice? For example, if I'm trying to get healthy, are eating these, is this a good choice or a bad choice? Probably a fantastic choice because these are delicious. But okay, so then the second part of the conversation had to do with the morals. So before we get into the deeper conversation of where does it come from, what is it? Okay, so morals is sort of like a your value system. What is right and what is wrong? And okay, so how do you know that? So I feel like the problem comes if you have faith, then you trust in your faith, but then you have to figure out, okay, so what in your faith is going to dictate your morals? And that might have to do with well, I feel like there's a few ways that you could go about it. So I know in a lot of faiths, it's based off of like a book, and that book has a way to structure your life in it, or like leaders will but then the problem with having that book, and this is why I'm gonna get into like leaders. So people, everyone reads this book and has a different perspective and takeaway, and they sort of design the morals of the religion or the beliefs of the religion based off of that book. And everyone picks, and chooses, and has, a different way to read it, and has different reasonings behind it, and none of that's a problem. But the issue is that if you're basing your moral system off of a book, you're ignoring that inner voice that's so important in deciding what the morals are, and I'll get to that later. And for example, so if you don't feel right about shooting someone, but your book tells you that it's an abomination for this to happen and they shall be shot. Now I don't know if it would go into that detail, but are you going to shoot that person, and is that wrong or is that right? You know what I mean? That's a deeper question. Is it wrong? I think so, but yeah. And then I know, like, if you don't have religion, a big thing is just like be a good person, through yourself. But then that kind of gets complicated because, okay, like what is a good person still? Like, you're still dealing with that major issue of like, if you don't have that relationship with yourself, then you're kind of like, okay, well, if I do drugs and be lazy all day, that's not necessarily like a bad thing, you know what I mean? So I'm not hurting anyone, so it's okay, you know what I mean? Which I also think that is a problem. Not drugs, but, to be in that culture of laziness and unproductivity, I do think is a problem. And the reason why I said it is because I also see, like, oftentimes, like, if you set off balance, like people would get angry. So I think the best way to know, okay, are you being a moral character? If you take it from this point, it kind of eliminates all those problems. If you look at it as, okay, if what I do, if everyone else in the world did it, would the world be a better place? So if I have a job, or if I am making money or employing someone, you know what I mean, the world is going to be a better place because more people have jobs to feed their family, more opportunities. And I say because, like, if you want to go anywhere, like you could start, with the cheaper job, $12 an hour, or like I was making $9 an hour at Starbucks, built the foundation, found an opportunity, took it, $13 an hour now, and now I'm putting my money into places where it's going to grow, especially right now where I'm living more frugally and not spending as much on rent or taxes. So right now is the saving up moment, and also developing my business, like side businesses and side projects like this, for example. Stuff like that. That took a turn. A rabbit hole. But anyway, so if everyone did this, would it be a better place? But then the struggle becomes, okay, well, how do you decide, is the world a better place if I did this? Like, what would make the world better. You know what I mean? And the reason why I bring that up is because then you have the issue of, overpopulation. Would the world be a better place if we had less people in the world? And that's where you can start to, get into some struggle with making those moral decisions. And that's, I feel, whenever then you have to build that relationship with yourself and understand in you, is this setting you off balance? And this is where we concluded that the ultimate way to tell if you are living a moralistic life in agreement with your gut feeling, that your conscience, is if you are at complete just peace. Like if you are at peace, if your heart isn't angered or sad or in destruction mode or in any negative emotion, anxiety, if your heart is just at complete peace, then you are living in alignment with your morals. But if you do feel those negative emotions, then something there isn't right. And I think that's how you really know, like, what is moral and what isn't moral. So at some point, it does become a conversation with yourself, no matter what rabbit hole you go down. But it's just important not to think, not to base, I think, your values off of a person or a book or documents. It's important to base to build a relationship with yourself and understand how you feel about something. And I just feel like that's also such a very important tool for leadership, to build that relationship with yourself and understand how you feel and be emotionally matured. Because, well, whenever you're not emotionally mature, like I said, you are enslaved to your emotions. So you are enslaved to your anxiety, your depression. And you have the occasional depression. You know what I mean? And it's okay, but it's just understanding. Like, the first step is understanding, right? So it's not like, you're gonna be terrible. Or like, if you believe in a hell, like, you're not going to go to hell because you get depressed or anxious or something like that. But it's just, as soon as you realize it, okay, I feel a negative emotion. What can I do? What can I change to fix that and bring me back to that peace? That's just what's so good about this understanding. And so that's sort of how I understand, like, how do you know what's moral? If everyone in the world did this, would it be a better place? How do you know what is good? Like would the world be a better place if we murdered 10,000 people to cut down overpopulation? And is that right? Listen to that voice inside of you to help you make that decision. And how you know what your voice is telling you is, do you feel anxious, depressed, sad, angry? And if you feel at complete peace, then that's a good decision. But anyway, so that was just a good conversation that we had, and I thought it had a lot of value in it. So I just wanted to share that for sure. And anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and get going. This is before work, and I have some other things I need to work on. So I'm gonna go ahead, check you guys later. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if you wanna see more about me or read one of my books, well, my only book that I have right now, and it's more like a pamphlet, but it's really good. It's really good. Now, one of these days I'm gonna have to make a video on it, but if you wanna check that out, in like my music or see like just what's going on, my recent any news about that, one, you can follow me on Instagram at JoshuaTBryan64, or you can follow me, or you can go to my website, joshuatbryan.com, where you'll see my blogs, where I just post like my 3 goals of the day, and etc. So Anyway, so I hope that you enjoyed, and I'm gonna check you later.